One summer morning, a brand new engine had arrived on the island. The Bat Controller came to see him. "Welcome to the railway, Neville," said the Bat Controller.
"Thank you, sir,"
whistled Neville happily. Neville was a steam engine, but he had a body shaped just like a diesel engine. "Our first job for you, Neville," said the Bat Controller. "You are to collect trucks from the yards and deliver them to the station."
"Yes, sir," said Neville. "I won't let you down, sir."
Later that day, the Bat Controller came to Tidmouth Sheds. "A new engine called Neville has arrived on the island," he said. "You must all make him feel welcome." Then he spoke to Thomas. "Thomas, our bridge is under repair. You are to collect a piece of steel iron from the yards and deliver it to Abbey Station." "Yes, sir," said Thomas, and puffed away. Later, Neville had arrived at the yards to collect his trucks. Arry and Bert were there. Neville started to back up to his trucks. Arry and Bert saw a chance for mischief. "Nearly there," said Arry.
"Nearly there,"
said Bert. Then there was trouble.
"Watch where you carry, clumsy wheels,"
they laughed.
"That wasn't funny,"
said Neville. But the diesels laughed. Just then Thomas passed by. He could see the new engine in front of his trucks. Thomas looked at Neville. He was very surprised. "He looks like a diesel," said Thomas. He puffed away. Later, Thomas was passing through Knackford Station, where James was waiting.
"Have you seen the new engine yet?"
he asked. "Yes," said Thomas, "but we'd better be careful. He looks like a diesel engine." James smiled.
"I'm sure he can be a really useful engine,"
he said, but Thomas wasn't at all sure. "I don't trust engines that look like diesels," he said. Before James could answer, Thomas puffed away. Soon Thomas arrived at Abbey Station, where the Bat Controller was waiting. "Thomas, you must warn all engines not to cross the bridge until it is repaired," he said. "Yes, sir," said Thomas. Just then, Neville puffed into the station, pulling Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas was surprised. Annie and Clarabelle were his coaches.
"Ew,"
whistled Neville happily. Thomas was cross. "What are you doing with my coaches?" he asked crossly. Neville was surprised.
"The Bat Controller said I could use them,"
said Neville. "I won't speak to an engine who's shaped like a diesel or takes my coaches," said Thomas crossly. Neville was sad. Just then Emily puffed into the station. She was surprised to see Neville. Neville hoped Emily would be more friendly.
"Ew,"
He whistled happily, but Emily let out a big wheeze of steam.
"Don't try and make friends with me,"
She said.
"You look like a diesel engine. I don't make friends with engines who look like diesels."
Neville was sad, and he puffed away. "Good riddance," said Thomas crossly. Emily agreed.
"What a silly engine."
Suddenly, Thomas remembered. "Oh no," he cried. "I forgot to warn Neville about the broken bridge." Emily was shocked. "I better stop him," said Thomas, and raced off.
"Be quick!"
cried Emily. Neville was racing through the countryside as fast as his wheels would carry him. Suddenly, as Neville rounded the corner, he saw a barrier on the track. "Stop!" he cried. He applied his brakes, but it was too late. Neville crashed through the barrier and onto the bridge. Neville was balancing over the broken track. "Help!" he cried. "Help!" Thomas arrived just in time.
"Help me, please!"
cried Neville. Thomas took a big brave puff and puffed onto the end of the bridge. He bumped Clarabelle gently and slowly started to pull Neville away from the broken bridge. He heaved, he huffed and puffed. Slowly Neville began to move backwards. Thomas knew he had to hurry. The bridge creaked, groaned and wobbled, but at last Neville was free. Thomas was happy. He had saved Neville, Annie and Clarabelle. Neville heaved a sigh of relief.
Thank you.
Whistled Neville happily. Thomas was pleased. The next morning, Thomas was working at Abbey's station when Neville popped in with Annie and Clarabelle again. Thomas was very surprised.
Hello.
Said Neville.
Rebecca told us to look around your branch line while you were here today.
Thomas was happy. I'm sorry me and Emily were rude to you yesterday, he said.
That's alright,
Said Neville.
it's not easy being the new engine.
Thomas smiled, and even though Neville was a different shaped engine, he can still be a really useful friend.